We're talking to folks about the reaction to Charlie Kirk's death, his killing, his murder. How do you feel about that?
I feel like the country is doing entirely too much to honor him. We were talking earlier when we were at brunch that the flags are at half-staff, and we didn't understand why, considering that he wasn't a political figure, not an elected official. So we just really didn't understand that.
Agree. I think the country is doing too much. And I think it is an effort to divide, to make it more political, to draw sides, rather than what he actually brought to the table and what he stood for.
Do you think his rhetoric was harmful or hateful or?
The speaking division, a lot of the MAGA language, right, and causing division within our country.
I believe the people that would say that have not experienced what others have experienced. And so when you learn to look through someone else's eyes, you become careful what you say. And I think as a race ourselves, we have to be very careful over and over and over again, but no one is careful about how they offend us. And I won't say no one, because I don't want to put everyone
You're generalizing, not
generalizing.
Yeah.
They're not careful about how they are offending us or looking at things through our lenses.
Why do you think it's so hard for them to understand? Because they just can't understand, like, what do you mean he was offensive? What do you mean he's racist? What do you mean he's sexist? Like, they just can't understand why some people are conflicted about what happened. And no, he shouldn't have died, but damn, y'all, as you said, y'all are doing too much.
Yeah, live by the sword, die by the sword. But I think it's hard because, like you said, you haven't walked a mile in our shoes. So sometimes it's hard to understand from another person's point of view, right, if you have not lived that life.
Yeah. It seems always harder, though, for us.
Yes.
It is always harder for us. And I would also say if you've been shown and dealt a lie your entire life, you know, by the time you're 20, 21 years old, you believe what you believe. You've been raised in an environment where those are your beliefs. It's really hard and triggering to think that your family, the people that you've been raised around, the people that you love are wrong. Right? So it's hard to believe that. And so I believe hearing those types of truths are very triggering for them.